Good morning, students. In this online video tutorial series, today we will discuss for a subject Computer Network Technology and Administration with SEO, that is CS 15, and today's topic is network services. What are the services provided by a computer network? What are the tasks performed by a computer network? So, first one, that is application services. Now, what is application? Application means any module, any number of packages work in a same manner for a same specific goal, that we can say application. Suppose banking application, library application. In these applications we have multiple modules. Say for example, in library we have number of modules: student module, author module, distributor module, subject module. Using these modules we will manage a complete package, that is an application. So network provides a service, and that is application service. Here we have one image. See here, ASP vendor and client. We have two options, vendor and client. What vendor uses? Application server and database. That is a part of vendor. And what is a part of client? That is user, server, firewall and access router. Using this intermediate, that is internet, client can access particular application, particular resource from vendor, and the vendor will provide resource response to the client using internet and access router. That is the application service. Now we learn pointwise each topic. Application services enabled applications to leverage the computing power and specialized capability of the other computers on the network. Now we will use a single example. Suppose we want to use mathematical calculations or image processing system. Okay, we will move forward for image processing system. Example of image processing. So first of all, we have one image. Using this image we have to binarize this image, matlab zeros and ones. We have to convert this image in zeros and ones. Now we have to categorize how many zeros and how many ones. So all are distributed tasks. If we have 5 computers in a network, then we can use a first computer to access image, second computer to make this image into Grayscale, third one, that is binarization, zeros and ones, fourth computer may be used for making a categorization of ones and zeros. So what is my purpose? If we have multiple computers, then that is easy to make your task categorize. Here application services enable applications to leverage, to force the computing power. It will make more capability for a computing devices, computing power, and specialized capability of the other computers. If one computer is more capable to make mathematical calculations, so we can use this computer for mathematical calculations. If another computer is has a more graphical user interface or a GPU, in this system, then we can use capability of GPU for image processing, So these are the benefit of application service. Application services enable organizations to install server that are specialized for a specific purpose, specific functions. Some of more common application servers are database servers, messaging and communication servers, groupware servers, directory servers. These are the examples of application services. Here, what is the role of database? To create a database, to distribute your data. Okay, messaging and communication server, that means we can pass our message from one client to another client. Messaging service, groupware servers. See, if you want to make one group for this task A, group 2 for task B, then groupware servers. Directory servers, role of a user, authentication of a user, this may be work within the directory servers. Application servers are an effective strategy for making a network more scalable, more powerful, more capable. Additional application servers can be added. New application needs emerge. If more power is necessary for an application, only the application server needs to upgrade. That is quite easy. Suppose if we are using a server and maybe in future due to more resources and due to more working we have to upgrade system, then there is a need to upgrade only a server. That is the use of application server and application service provided by the computer network. Okay, another one, communication network and services. There are so many ways to make a communication between each other. So network provides a facility to communicate between each other, right? So a communication service enables the exchange of information. What is the use of communication service? Exchange of information between users at different locations, right? There is a network. Using this network we can provide a video tutorials to you. That is the use of computer network. Without internet we cannot provide to our data to you. There are alternative, but that is difficult. Okay, so a communication service enables the exchange of information between user at different locations. Communication services and applications are everywhere, like email, right? So we have email server as well as client. Here exchange of text message via servers. Another one, web browsing, searching of information, retrieval of information, that is web browsing. So here there is a client and there is a web server. Client will request to web server will respond to the client. Retrieval of information from web servers. Instant messaging, as and when we are passing one message from you another people, then directly we can retrieve, they can get the text message or video audio message. That is the instance messaging. Client, maybe another client, or maybe a group of clients. Direct exchange of text message. That is the use of computer network. Telephone, using this computer network architecture and computer network facility, we can make a phone call from one person to another person, from one client to another client. That is possible using this telephone and that is real-time bidirectional voice exchange. At the same time, both the people can exchange their data, voice data. Now in nowadays there are so many facilities available. Using this facility, user can chat, user can make voice call to the group of peoples like WhatsApp call. WhatsApp call, group calling. Another one, cell phone, real-time voice exchange on mobile user. In telephone, there is a dedicated line established between client A and client B. To remove this physical data transmission medium, we are using cell phones. They can also pass your text value from one client to another client. There is a one service, that is SMS, short message service. Short message service, textual message. We can pass textual message from one client to another client. These are the service uses in communication. How to communicate between two objects, between two people, and between two classes. These are the communication using network. Once again, we will repeat: email, web browsing, instant messaging, telephone, cell phone, and SMS, short message service. Another service provided by the network, and that is database service. In this service, that is quite easy and more useful for all the institutions or organizations as well as corporate. Without data storing, we cannot perform a single task, right? And storage of data and retrieval of data, that is a mechanism of database management system, and using data structure manipulation that you already learned in previous semesters, previous sessions. Okay, so database service provided by a computer network. How? We have to make one computer as a server, and using this server we can store our data. All the connected computer can store their data on a single system, right? Using this system we can retrieve our data from server to our client, and client may process on this data. Client may also process on this data and produce the result. Database access through structured query language, SQL, structured query language. Data can be stored at a server and in a number of clients. A single computer that works as a server, and n number of clients may access the same data at same time. As an example, banking system. There are two transactions working parallelly, like person A withdraw their money from ATM. Okay, person A withdraw their money from bank ATM, and at the same time another person may deposit in the same account for their transaction. So deposit and withdrawal on the same record may be performed at the same time. So we can say that our data is centralized. Our data is centralized and stored on a single system and can use for n number of clients. Okay, that is a database service. Here we have one example, that is SQL example. We have a single question: find all clients older than 40. There is a question: how many clients having age below 40? Then we can pass a syntax, we can pass a query: select star from clients where age greater than 40. So it will give me some results, and here that is a client. It will give a request to server. Server will database, here database application. Database application will generate a response, and response again pass to the client. That is a simple process between client as well as server. But here we concern with database services. There are so many tools or applications available for database services, like Microsoft Access inbuilt application with a Windows Office. Another one, that is Microsoft SQL Server, MySQL. Android also provides a database service, SQLite. There are so many different database applications we may use in a database service. But there is a network service, that is easy to retrieval as well as storage. Another service, and that is file transfer service. Okay, so how to transfer your file from your location to another location. Suppose I want to pass one email from person A to person B. Both are located in different locations. How is it possible? So we have one idea, that is internet. Again, internet, that is a type of computer network. That is a centralized device, and using this centralized device, person A and person B both are communicated. Both can be communicated. So that is a usage of centralized server. Here we have a server, sender and receiver. Sender will send one file. Here you can see there is a one file. Sender will pass this file to server with receiver's address, receiver's location. So receiver can download this file using this server. Okay, so that is a file transmission. File transfer between remote host, maybe client and server, or client to client. Both are possible, client to server or as well as client to client. If two clients want to communicate, or clients wants to share a file, that is a client to client architecture, and clients want to pass or store data in a computer network, computer server, then client to server architecture. Okay, there are some rules to transfer your data, transfer your file, and rules are denoted as protocols. Here we have two kinds of protocols, that is FTP, file transfer protocol, and another one, that is TFTP, tribal file transfer protocol. We will discuss in detail in later sessions, but here TCP, transmission control protocol, as well as UDP, user defined protocol, we can use this both protocol and transmit our file. Another one, and that is print service. That is also a service. Using this service, the network should be configured for sharing printers and to enable network printing. Here we have a print devices. There are three print devices: local printer, shared printer, as well as network printer. Local printer can connect in a single computer. Okay, local printer can connect on a single system, and single system can use this printer only. Shared printer may be used for more than one computers, but here we have to make one network between these two computers. That is shared printer. Another one, and that is network connection. We can use a single computer, single printer to a whole computer network. So all the computers may proceed, all the computers may pass a request on a printer. Now there is a question: if there are multiple instructions, multiple printing jobs provided by different computers, then how a printer will work? So there is some algorithms implemented in computer in printer, and using this algorithm, printer may work. Another one, next service provided by the network, and that is security service. See, if we have multiple computers and all computers are connected between each other, and they wants to make communication between all the computers and server, then there is the question of security. It must be implemented, and security, that is obviously perform a major role on a computer network. Otherwise, a whole network may be desktop, and you cannot pass your query, you cannot pass your request to the network. So security service also provided by the computer network. A security service is service provided by protocol layer of communicating system, that is point 800. There are 5 categories of security: authentication, access control, data confidentiality, data integrity, and non-repudiation. See here, we have principal. Another one, that is a principal. Message, what they want to pass, a secret message using a security related transformation, using this channel, using this communication device. So there must be a security mechanism provided for a message, otherwise anybody can access this message. That should not be happened. So security, that is compulsory. In this security system, security service, we have authentication. Unauthorized people may not be access this information. So we can set authentication like password. Encryption methods. Encrypted method cannot be accessed directly to the to anybody because there are some encryption mechanisms, encryption algorithm provided for a particular method, right? Access control. Using this feature, we can provide accessibility control, like we can pass one message to a network. This message can only accessed by a group admin. Another people may not be accessed. So that is access control. Data confidentiality. That means data may be confidential and may be wrapped in a packet. Packet can be accessed only such people that are approved, that are authenticated. Data integrity. Data may be passed from one client to another client that may not be disturbed within a network. And last feature, that is availability. Non-repudiation. Availability of a data.